Permit me to place intertribal marriage on the spotlight. When it comes to intertribal marriage, the dynamics as it relates to a man and what relates to a woman under the same roof is completely different. Sit down for a minute and imagine that a male monkey falls in love with a female fish. The monkey moves from his natural environment, which is the jungle, and goes across to marry a fish whose natural environment is the sea. And believe me, that fish which has been thriving, that fish has been doing perfectly fine in its own natural environment. After marriage to this monkey, the fish is expected to relocate into the jungle to go and start its own family life with the monkey. I know some will begin to think in a hurry that the marriage between the fish and the monkey cannot work. Believe me, it is very possible for it to succeed, on the condition that the monkey and the community of monkeys in the jungle are willing and ready to create an enabling environment for the fish. Remember that it is this fish that is married into the jungle that is changing location. It is the fish that has to deal with the culture shock. Culture shock of the realities of living in the jungle. Because living in the jungle comes with its own harsh realities that the fish is new to. She's new to the entire environment. She's new to the language. She's new to so many things that relates to the living of the monkey, which to the monkey is the best thing that can happen to any living thing. So it is the fish, which is the woman that is married into the jungle, that has to do with the culture shock, that has to do with the anxiety that comes with change that happens at a fast pace, beyond what you ever thought or imagined. The leadership capacity or lack of capacity of a man will be put to test, like it will be stretched in. The ability of that monkey to provide leadership, to provide protection in the face of the harsh realities goes a long way in determining whether or not the fish will survive in the jungle. There are 3 ways I believe that a woman who finds herself in an intertribal marriage can thrive, from what I've gathered so far. Number 1, learn the language. If you can learn the language, it goes a long way in helping you integrate. I've met a couple of women who you will never believe where they are from because of how their mannerism, how they speak. Speak Yoruba so fluently. I've known this woman for years. Like, only recently I discovered that she's been in that. She was telling me where her father's house was and all of that. I was surprised. I was shocked. I could never have imagined that she was from any other place apart from the western part of Nigeria. But it was marriage that brought her into the Yoruba land, and she's more Yoruba than some Yoruba people that I know. So learning the language goes a long way in helping women integrate into a new culture. Number 2, if you learn how to cook the food, sometimes learn how to cook the food, it helps in-laws and help even your husband and a couple of people around you to feel more comfortable and more at home. So cooking, you can learn on YouTube. There are a lot to learn on YouTube. You can learn how to cook almost anything on YouTube. It goes a long way in helping the home feel homely and feel warm. Then number 3, if you can learn the values, learn the ways of the people, gradually begin to pick up on culture, so that, of course, when you are new, it was difficult. At least with time, you begin to settle in and learn some of the values, begin to appreciate the background of some of those values. They go a long way in helping the woman integrate. And above all, lastly, if as a family member, you have a son, you have a brother, you have a cousin or a relative that brings a wife from another culture into yours, please, there's this pattern of trying to judge the person very harshly, even from the first day. Like the fish that I've said, very first day the fish arrives in the jungle, in a typical African setting, you are being judged by your ability to climb a tree. You are being judged sometimes harshly. These people are known to them that it takes a heavy toll sometimes on your mental health and your physical health, and makes you overwhelmed and sometimes frustrated. I think that family members and the community of monkeys in the forest should remember what the Bible says about mercy. It says, blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy.